I am.
Okay. I'm Sheri Israel. I am here with George Williams. He is the owner and trainer of Williams Dressage, and he is also the president of the United States Dressage Federation.
Nice to meet you.
So, George, could you briefly describe dressage for us?
A dressage in competition is the gymnastic training of the horse, and similar actually to gymnastics or figure skating. The horse and rider are required to do certain combinations, and they get marked for each movement they do from 0 to 10, and depending on obviously the quality of the movement. It's judged, so it is subjective in that sense, but it's judged sort of against, I guess you could say, classical ideals. The sport itself is based on classical riding and quite a tradition of riding, of the style of riding.
Okay. I know you have competed internationally before, so you've been in the situation that a lot of the competitors at the games are going to be in at the end of September. So if you could talk about the stress and the pressure of going overseas to compete a horse at this level.
I think when you compete at an international level, the one thing that really struck me anyway is the first time I did it, and I've only done it a couple of times to have the honor of representing our country, but it is really just that. You suddenly realize that you are representing your country. You're no longer just in the arena competing for yourself and maybe for the owner of your horse or a few friends, but you have the whole country watching you. You have your teammates that are counting on you, so that it puts that kind of stress and you end up putting more stress on yourself because, of course, you want to do better. You want to make your country proud of you. You want to make your teammates proud of you. And so it becomes a little more stressful in that sense.
So I'm sure it's not just you pack a suitcase and you hop on a plane with your horse. There must be a lot of semantics involved.
The traveling itself is, it actually is relatively easy in the sense that, of course, they travel by plane. The professional carriers that do it, and so that they're well cared for. They're professional grooms usually. The airline staff, whether you're going on a freight or you're going on some of the commercial passenger jets, some of them carry horses in the cargo section. But they're always, I would have to say, from my experience, especially going from the U.S. to Europe, very experienced people operating these flights. So that lowers the stress. You're always worried about the paperwork, that the paperwork is right and every document is signed correctly. But it was less stressful than I expected, I have to say. And I think for the horses traveling by air, is really, the takeoff and the landing is really the only more difficult time. But I would say it's less stressful than, say, going from Ohio to Florida in a horse trailer.
Oh, I wouldn't have.
Yeah, no, it's sort of interesting. I think they go through it. In flight, it's, in the air, it's usually very, very smooth. And they're very comfortable, and they're usually in containers that are very much like horse trailers. So I think they're very used to that part of it.
Okay. You had talked about professional grooms. Do you think most people will be bringing grooms with them, or will there be, at an international competition, is there like grooms for hire?
Now, at this level, I think when you're talking about this level of competition and these horses they're competing at this level, they are very well cared for. Everything is watched over very carefully. Soundness, their health is very, very important to the riders and for competition, and for them to perform at their best. So the grooms that are with them are usually grooms that have been with the horses and with the riders for usually long periods of time. They know the horses well. They know all the idiosyncrasies of the horse, and they usually know the idiosyncrasies of the rider. And so, it's all part of a team effort.
Well, Kim, do you want to get started with the horse?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
because it ensures that we keep the quality of gaits, right? That the horses are born with it. And not only do we keep the quality, we actually try to improve the quality through the training. And good. This is nice. So when we talk about the quality of gaits in the walk, we're talking about the purity of the rhythm, right? That it's a 4-beat rhythm to it, right? And when she's on a long rein like this, she'll walk on a little more, that she has a good overstep, that the hind foot steps well in front of the hoof print of the front foot. Walk a straight line, cover ground, and we say that she needs to march in the walk. Forward, yep, like that. Yeah, very good. Just to give you a sense, she gives a sense of purpose when she walks. Good. Good. And from the beginning, you want to establish that you're in charge of the tempo, right? The speed that she goes, the energy she puts into the trot, and the line, right? For a little more energy in the trot strut, right? Yeah, good. There, this trot is nice. Yes, good. And then you mark it with little half ups, right? That she doesn't get stronger and stronger and running, but she keeps her weight back a little. Good. Half up her outside chin. Yeah, that's good. That half up can be a little lighter. Yeah. But it takes a while, right? To get used to exactly the kind of half up that she needs, that she is used to. Right? Good. Yeah, good. This is nice. Feel the rhythm of your inside knee going down. Your inside knee, or a rider's inside knee, always drops to the horse's inside front leg. So when her right front leg is down and the foot is on the ground, your right knee is down. So that's now, 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 right? Now, now, now. And in that rhythm, bring her back just a little bit. If she carries a little more weight and arm down. Yeah. Good, and yeah, yes, good. And immediately a little forward, right? Because she got the piano, but she was a little behind her age, right? It's not quite there for you. So a little forward in the piano. The inside knee goes down. Now, now, now. Her inside front leg is on the ground. It is the third step of the canter stride. Bend her a little bit inside. Keep her looking a little more inside. And now go forward. On the diagonal line, one flying chain when you're ready. Forward, and only think a little bit forward from your seat. Right hand, right leg, and yeah. Sit, and sit, and sit. Good. Down in the saddle, down in the saddle. Yeah. Good. Bring it back a little, and come on a circle here. And bring it back a little bit. You think when your seat is being rocked forward. Yeah, your seat is being pushed forward. Now, now, now. Very good, very good. And then push her forward again. So you play it in the tempo, right? Push her forward, and then bring her back again. So we get her very sensitive to your seat, to your leg, to your way of thinking, right? If you think forward, she needs to go forward. And now forward a little bit. Yeah. And then sit into her and sit more quietly and she comes half pass. Yeah. Forehand, forehand. Yeah. Haunches now. I try to bend it. Yes, that's it. There you go. Good. Good. A little bit up and give. A little up in the foot. Yeah. And bring the trot back. Yeah. And give. And then forward. Yeah. That's it. On the wrong side, bring the trot back. Half up. Good. And go again. Not the center line and one at the second quarter line. So you're going to get her ready and right hand, right leg. Yeah. Yes. Good. Left hand, left leg. Yeah. And right hand, right. Good. Forward, forward. Yeah. Forward a little bit. Forward a little bit. Up. Yeah, she's a little tricky in there. With this somewhat stickiness and then sometimes not.
Depending on what she wants to do.
Yeah.
Really fun, but I'm in no shape for a George Williams Dressage. The horse was great. I just did not have enough oomph. And great opportunity though. Yay.